Hello everybody, welcome to another video. We start this one off and we're heading into Cheam. We're heading towards this junction here. It's so simple, it's unbelievable. If you want to turn right, you get into the right hand lane. If you want to turn left or go straight on, you get into the left hand lane. It can't get any more simple than that, can it? Well, there's always someone, isn't there? Now, we know it's going to happen now. Pretty fucking pointless if nothing does happen now, isn't it? Anyway, can you guess which vehicle it's going to be? Which make of vehicle it's going to be? No, it's not going to be the Mercedes that's just passed us, the Argos van. It's not going to be this van coming up. And I'm going to go to the front camera now because I'm going to leave you with a little bit of suspense to which vehicle it's going to be. Now, we're looking at the traffic lights now. As you can see, they're green as I go past my stop line. And now they've gone to amber. I can't go any faster because of the cyclist there. I can't give him 1.5 metres to overtake. But we'll go to the rear camera now. And look what's gone out into the outside lane. And look what colour the lights are. Always an Audi. So how many of you guessed it correctly? I bet most of you had German cars anyway. So, we're not finished with Mr. Audi yet in his big 4x4 manly car, his big manly car that he's driving there. Maybe he wasn't doing a queue jump after all. Maybe it was just a red light that he went through because he's driving such a big manly car that he needed more space than anyone else. Well, the birds haven't had much trouble finding the bonnet there, have they? You could have cleaned that shit off the bonnet. But this is what I mean by his manly car. He can't go over manhole covers. Ah, the poor little half an inch that you'd have had to dip down there might have broke your big manly Audi. And a little bit further down the road, he's doing it again. He's avoiding the manhole cover because his big manly car can't handle going over them. But he's such a bad driver. Look, he tries to avoid them too and can't. How the hell can you have a car as big as a house that won't go over manhole covers? And as you'll see, he overtakes me here. But he still can't even do that correctly. He needs a bit of the lane coming towards us. Look, he has to go over the line because his big manly car can't stay in the lane. It's ridiculous. His car is so big that it can't stay in one lane. Now, keep an eye on him still because we haven't finished yet. He's turning right. There's two lanes to turn right there. He's right smack in the middle of both lanes. But look. This Audi behind is doing the same. Audis must be fucking really hard to drive, them motors. They really must be, because I've never seen them driven correctly. Well, that's not quite true. I saw one about 6.5 years ago that was driving okay. So we'll calm it down a little bit now, and I'm just going to show you this road. The state of it. Look at the state of it. We pay for these roads to drive on, ride on, whatever, out of our council tax, and this is what you get. This is in Epsom, by the way, which is quite a well off place, but the councils obviously have wasted their money on other things. I'd like to see that manly Audi drive down here. I wonder what route he would have taken. Probably the pavement. They look all right. Anyhow, we come to this green light here. Now, I have no idea why that car has stopped there. That woman that's crossing the road is crossing on a red man. We've got a green light to go round here. Doing? No red light there. Driving isn't complicated, it's quite easy, you just got to concentrate. Some people just make it look incredibly hard though. Now we're still in Epsom, I'm driving down this road and we're coming to a bit of a gap where there's parked cars on both sides of the road. Not a problem for this one, it doesn't even take its eyes off its phone. Close to them and they fucking look down and they're looking at their phones. The Audis are ganging up on me today. Now I've got this Audi on the outside lane here. It's just hovering. They're so annoying, them ones that just hover there. Go past me or go behind me. Now listen to my sat nav. The left lane is blocked ahead, i.e. my lane. Now I've got to get out into that where that Audi is. Go past me for goodness sake. I've got another Audi behind me now. But I'm pulling out. Now I cannot believe that he's trying to have a little look to see if he can undertake me. You know, it's ridiculous. There he goes, straight back again. I can see that it was there. He must have been able to see it there, but he's looking to see if he can undertake me. And I'm just going to run it through to just show you how far away we were from the block road. Yeah, that far. Always an Audi. So a little bit further down the road, we're now heading to a roundabout. It's straightforward again. If you want to go straight on, you stay in the right hand lane. If you want to turn left and left only, you stay in the left hand lane. It can't get any more simple than that, can it? But we're looking at this toy car over here. Yes, I say toy car because it might as well be one of them sitting there. Now, this thing wants my lane, so it should be going like that. If it doesn't do that, then it's going to be blocking the left hand lane because it turns left and then it's going to be wanting to filter in to our lane. And that's not the way you do it. Now, I know further up here there's a parking bit on the left hand side there which people can go round you if you do it the wrong way, but that's not the way you're supposed to do it basically, is it? And there it is, there's the toy car blocking the lane because she's far too important to wait the way you're supposed to wait and get into the correct lane. So I can see her, she's looking through the little gap there from her headrest and her back window there, right at me. So I let her in. Now I know a lot of you say don't let them in, but if I didn't let them in, this coach wouldn't be able to get round her and it'd be blocking up the whole lane just because she's self-entitled and won't do it properly. She's just oh, it drives me mad. Now in this clip we're going to have a cyclist coming towards us. Now only these big 4x4s, I'm going to slow it up here, can actually go round a cyclist and almost stay in their lane. How's that work? You're not giving him the 1.5 metres and there's Mr. Magoo driving that one. Always an Audi. Now a lot of people tell me that I keep picking on Audis. Well, it's not my fault that they keep doing things wrong in front of me and behind me, is it? If it was a Kia like mine, I would do it with a Kia, wouldn't I? Like this one here. Yes, I know that that's not a Kia behind me, but the one that's going to do a very dangerous and dodgy overtake of that van and get in the middle of that gap here between me and that van is a Kia. Here he comes, and look at this. Absolute fucking cretin. What's the fucking point in that? Idiot. Now you can tell the way I'm talking in the car there, I don't care what make, model or anything like that the car is. If it does something stupid, then it's on the channel. And these two now are having a bit of an argy-bargy behind me. The van obviously has got the hump with that and is so close to the Kia. It's a bit silly really, but he wants to have a little go at him here. And the Kia is giving it, if I just look straight ahead and don't look at him, he's not going to be there. He's not there. Fucking idiot. What are you doing? You're turning left here, aren't you? Without indicating, probably. He does indicate, and he is turning left. You need to get past him that much that you're turning left here. Yep, you're turning left. What a fucking idiot. So I think I called him a fucking idiot about 4 times there, and you notice that yellow sticker there? I think he was a professional driver as well. So we're coming up to Epsom Downs with this one. This clip is quite a long clip and I would like your help on this one because I'm puzzled to what this car behind me now, why I got this gesture at the end of this clip, because I'm struggling to work out what the hell I did wrong to get this gesture. Now I do have to show you the whole clip just to show that nothing went on between us beforehand or after. You've seen this guy come up the hill and I'm a long way from him, so there was nothing previous. And we're just waiting at roadworks here at the minute. And just go through roadworks. There's nothing you can do about that. You've got to wait at the red light and all that sort of stuff, so I'm not in his way. The only thing I can think of that is when we get to this roundabout up here, my exit, the one that I want, is closed. It's only recently been closed because I've gone through this roundabout 2 or 3 times already today and it's closed. So I have to take the next exit. That's the only thing I can think of. It doesn't inconvenience him. I've got to take either that exit or go round the roundabout, which would affect him. He does get a little bit close to me when we're on the 40-mile-an-hour bit. And if anything, I should have the ump with him getting that close to me. But as you can see, I've got vehicles in front of me. Anyway, I'll shut up now and you can work it out for yourself what I did wrong. Oh, for fuck's sake. Sake. Seriously looking to overtake me or something, mate? Are you that much of a fucking bellend? So did you see anything? Because I can't. Here comes the gesture in a second. I'll zoom in so you can see it. Who's he doing that to? Now this next clip I'm going to show you it twice because when I first saw it, you'll hear from my voice who I was blaming. But then when I looked at it when I got home on the computer, I had a completely different view of who was to blame here. And it's quite interesting when you watch it again and you see, oh yeah, I didn't see that the first time. Putting out in front of the bike. Fuck was that all about? From both of you. Now as you heard, I'm blaming both cars, but more so this car in front of me. But when I got home and looked at it, this car in front of me doesn't do a lot wrong. And I'll run it by you now what I think when I saw it the second time. This guy here in front of us, he's not indicating, he's not letting anyone know that he's turning right until the very last second. Up there in the distance you'll see a cyclist that's going through a red light, as they always do. He shouldn't even be on the road there. So this guy thinks the bike's not going to be there and the car's not turning right, so he's pulling out. So it's the cyclist and the car that was directly in front of me to blame there, not this guy in front, and I have to take it back. Now in this clip we come to a lazy triple C. Now the triple C, if you're not too familiar with it, it's corner cutting and you can use your imagination for the last word. But normally I have to quack it out. Anyway, we're talking about this car here who's already starting to turn right from all the way back there. She has to adjust because she's just seen me. And one day your luck will run out. You will cut a corner like that and you'll hit someone. Because I'm betting that this isn't a one-off. She does that all the time. Even on blind bends, I bet she cuts the corners. And your luck runs out eventually. So I'm just speeding this up because we're going to go straight on to the next numpty. As we come out of here, if you look over to the right-hand side, you see that cyclist that's on the pavement. Yeah, that's not a cycle lane or a cycle path. She's straight out, straight into the road from the pavement. Now look at her from the rear. Straight out. That car that's to the right hand side could have been pulling out there because you're not expecting someone to come from the pavement. But cyclists, you know what they're like. They're a different breed. So we go to the front camera now. Because that cyclist, we bump into her, not literally, we bump into her a few times down this road. Now this road not long ago was 2 lanes for cars, but they decided to put a bike lane down here and give the cars 1 lane, 1 very big lane. So nobody seems to know, is it 1 lane or 2 lanes, because it's sort of like in between. This brown piece of shit in front of me here seems to think that he is a bike. Yes, that brown piece of shit identifies as a bike. Now, just because there's no cyclist using the bike lane, it doesn't mean that you can, even if you identify as a bike. But it is the most, well, one of the most ridiculous bike lanes around. It makes all this traffic, and as you can see, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of bikes using it. But there's a big queue of traffic because we've only got 1 lane to share. And as we come up here, the bike lane finishes, and then we go back into 2 lanes the way it was years ago. And as we go back to the rear camera now, this is the cyclist that threw herself off of the pavement just a little while ago. And you'll see her, there's plenty of room down the inside, but she's going round that way. Notice the really good look over the shoulder to make sure there wasn't a cyclist there. Yeah, that wasn't very good neither. She does look now though. Bit late if there was someone behind you back there though, isn't it? All it takes is just 1 little look over your shoulder to make sure. So after overtaking her, she's caught us up again. And she's about to undertake us. She doesn't look happy, does she? Why? Because this car in front of me is over too far to the left. Now notice again the look over her shoulder. Non-existent there. Doesn't mind looking at him though, giving him a funny look and then wobbling all over the place and then pull straight in. Notice the car has to hit the brakes. Not the best cyclist in the world, that one. Now in this clip, we're coming to a little mini roundabout, and just beyond the mini roundabout, there is a lollipop lady that's helping little kids cross the road and that. And I think she's actually quite good. Because of the size of cars nowadays, I can't see this lollipop lady. But look at her pole. She sticks it so high up in the air so I can see over the top of the car in front. Perfect. Now we're looking at Little Miss Entitlement over to the left hand side coming out of the turning. She actually looks at me like I just told her to fuck off. I actually wish I had. And this guy, look how fast you want to do that, mate. There's kids around and everything and you're driving like that. Slow the fuck down. Now in this clip we come to your usual bully boy bus driver. Yes, I know I keep having to go at buses as well, but when they do things like this, they deserve it. Obviously you can see all the cars that are parked on the right hand side, so I have priority. You can see the bus in the distance there. It's got plenty of time to stop and pull over, but it doesn't. It carries on going straight at me. There he is. Look at the gap that he's left me there. Thanks very much, mate, you arsehole. So there is a great big lump of concrete there. It's a good job I don't do this driving off-road to get out of the way of buses and stuff. Now, when I first saw that bus, it was round about there where that car is. Now, why didn't it wait there or even pull in there? I'll tell you why, because the driver is a complete and utter knobhead. Now, I'll just show you that from the rear camera now and show you the gap that he left me. Why should I have to be forced to get into this gap? I'll never know. Because I've got priority. I shouldn't have to drive into there or drive over that lump of concrete just because he can't wait for me when I have priority. Look at that size of that gap to the left hand side there. Or wait there when he could have seen me the first time. No. Total bully boy arsehole. So we're back on the Audis now. Yep, always an Audi. We're coming to a roundabout. I'm going straight across it. The car in question is over there to the left hand side. I will highlight it in a second. And as you'll see in a second, I'm about to enter the roundabout. That Audi there is nowhere near its stop line or its giveaway line. But it has to go. fucking Audi. Idiot. Fucking Audi. And this is the mentality I don't understand. It's got nowhere to go. It pulls out in front of me and it's got nowhere to go, but it had to get there. What's an absolute muppet? You can grow forward. Phone, maybe? Now, I never saw a phone, but I guess he was distracted by something. And as you can hear, when this was filmed, I'm still coughing my guts up. But we're going to stay with him for a little while, this car. There we go, another cough. Now, we're coming up to a mini roundabout. He does go over the top of this mini roundabout, which everybody does here, even me. But this one here. Now, I was always taught mirror, signal, manoeuvre. But Mercedes have got their own highway code rules, haven't they? Brake and turn. Sums him up, doesn't it? Now, we've all heard the joke, why did the chicken cross the road, yeah? But why did the swans cross the road? Yes, it sounds like a joke, but this is what happens in this clip. Two swans are crossing the road. Just a little bit further down the road, there's like a pond on one side of the road and a pond on the other side of the road. And the swans are trying to get from one to the other. In front of this truck, which is a shame the truck's in the way here, but to the left hand side you'll be able to see the swans up on the pavement stroke road and a guy trying to get him off the road with his walking stick there. Fair play to him for helping out, because he's done a pretty good job actually. And you'll see the swans in a minute fly down the footpath on the left hand side there before jumping in the pond. Now, if you didn't know the music there, it was Swan Lake. Yes, I know. Anyway, we're still on the subject of animals. Now, we're looking over there at the red light, or it's going to be a red light. And look what goes through the red light. Obviously, it's still green. But you'll clearly see when it goes red. It's amber now. And now red, clearly red. And look what goes through it. Yep. Have a look what's on the side of that van. Yeah. Specialist. Specialist. Yeah. Oh dear. That's almost like saying I'm a professional driver. Hold on a minute. I am. Now let's play a guessing game. Let's guess which exit this lorry in front of me is going to take. 1, 2 or 3. Well, it's not 1. No, it's not 2. Oh, yeah, it's 2. It's 2. If you had 2, you're the winner. And you win fuck all. So we're going to speed this up here now. We're not looking at the van in front of me or the lorry in front of me, the little lorry, whatever you want to call it. I don't care. We're looking at this big lorry now. Yes, he's obviously not connected up his Susie lines properly because nothing works on the back here. On that forklift thing at the back here, nothing is flashing, no indicators, no brake lights, nothing work. But I can see it working on the cab. So he's obviously just hasn't connected them up properly. Or at all. You'll see him in a second. He wants to turn left. I get no brake lights, no indicators or anything. And again, this is why we keep good braking distance. That's not very good, is it? You got no brake lights, no indication, no nothing on the back of that trailer. Nothing at all. Now we come to the last clip of the day now. We're heading into Epsom, or I'm heading into Epsom train station for God knows how many times. and I want to turn right here, but I have a car that's driving straight towards me. See this white one? The big swerve. He had two hands on the steering wheel, so it wasn't the phone. What distracted him? Now, if you go back to the very first clip, and that guy and his manly car avoiding the half-inch dip there of a manhole cover, this is exactly what this guy was doing, but he didn't have a manly car. He had a normal type car. And look, there's the manhole cover that he's avoiding. That goes down about half an inch. It will not hurt your car going down half an inch. The 2-ton car coming towards you just might. How ridiculous. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.